hope this is working. And I hope I'm not too loud. Oh dear. Kokomi, please stop, Kokomi. Alright. Oh god, I'm on a roof. Hello. Hi world, it's Bunny Morty. It's kinda been a while. I don't really expect many people to come watch this. I kinda miss doing something like this, so I wanted to, start streaming again. So, where do I go with this? Oh, it's been so long. I was thinking maybe, let's see. Wait. Oh, dear. I thought, what I was streaming was... Let me really quick just check my audio to make sure everything's okay. Because I do have it streaming on, like, my phone. I will not know... How is this? Is this a lot quieter? Okay. I felt like I sounded kind of loud. I'm not too loud, am I? There's a big delay kind of going on between, like, currently, like, my stream and, Alright. As long as I'm not too loud, that's good. We're good. We're safe here. Oh, dear. It's been legitimately too long. I just had to, like, check up and see, like, if, I just want to know if the audio is okay, because I do remember, like, recording some stuff a while ago, when I was feeling, like, not sick, because, currently, I'm kind of sick right now, and I can't do anything about it. It's a little bit of, I don't have to go into details with it. It'd probably gross people out. But, yeah, I'm not feeling too hot. But I also haven't been feeling too hot for, like, 6 months now, to the point where I haven't been streaming. Like, at all.
Let's move out.
I wanted to work on, like, a lot of different things all at once. And then just, like, a whole bunch of family issues and medical issues and me issues just sort of came around and, like, reared their head. So, now I'm just working a little bit, like, on myself. Again, well, not really working on myself, but trying to do things that I enjoy again, because I've done a lot of trying to get myself to feel better. With, like, different medications and things like that. And so far, I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I haven't fainted in a while, which is an accomplishment. I do have a fainting problem, and it's really just difficult to stay awake sometimes, to the point where I'm also still being tested for narcolepsy, because I haven't had the time to really, go out to a big hospital and take that test, where actual sleep studies are held. And that's been quite annoying, actually. But I can't really drive because, we don't know if, like, my heart is good enough for that. Or if, like, I'll be, sleeping and driving, which is almost as bad as, just being drunk and driving. And luckily, I don't think I'll ever drink alcohol without, like, a designated driver there first. Or just ever, because I am a minor. Alright. So, what to do? I do have, like, a little bit of resin saved up. And I did want to do something, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I guess I'm going to do bounties, because I haven't done those yet. And I am desperately in need of Mora. And maybe, like, doing some crystal hunting so I could get, like, my bow all... actually, freaking... Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Not dude. I say dude too much. Ta-da! I got it. It took me getting 2 Memory of Dust to get freaking this man a bow, you know what I mean? Oh my lord, it was horrendous. Every time I saw a Memory of Dust, I felt like a little part of my soul just left me. It was destructive. It was so self-destructive. Because, like, you know, I saved up a little bit after Kokomi's banner, you know, for Child, because I'm a really big, like, Tartaglia fan. Because he is actually one of my first 5 stars. My first one being Venti, because I started this game, like, as soon as it came out. But, look, this is just to show you how much I like this man. I triple crowned him. I'm not gonna go for any constellations, because I want to save up for the next banner. Which, oh, be sure to do this. It's free primo. I forget about these all the time. But aside from that, no, is it an event? Yeah, it's an event. So first off, Hu Tao's coming back a little after October, but like starting on the Day of the Dead, so that's pretty neat. And of course, our boy Toma is arriving. And maybe I could finally get, like, some constellations for Seiyu, because, I actually really like healers in this game, and I'd like to play as a Claymore character for once, you know? I feel like I've just been saying, like, one big run-on sentence, and that probably is quite annoying. But look, okay, on top of, like, Toma being existent now, I could finally do his hangout event, because I refused to do it until his, like, character trial came out. Because, like, just playing his character, like, hangout, I'd really want to play him. You know what I mean? Like, character trials are definitely for, like, you know, messing around with the characters you don't have yet. And, like, indulging yourself into thinking you have that character when actually you don't, and you get really sad when the trial ends. Because it just reminds you after fighting with the character that they're not yours. And that gets sad. But freaking, aside from cool characters, we have just cool weapons. I don't care too much about, like, the new, like, bow and lance coming out. I mean, they're nice, they're really good, but the real like glory of this sort of weapon banner is, like, one, the Elegy of the End, because I want to play Venti again. Just verbatim, I would love to just play as Venti again with his weapon and just be like, it'd be so cool. You know what I mean? It's kind of sad that, like, after a while in this game, you grow a bit tired of, like, you know, the first characters you get. Like, I've had Venti since literally my first 10 pull. And as he would just help me with, like, all of the puzzles, I'd just, like, float above them. Oh, this is kind of boring, just me standing around and, like, geeking out. But... let me first figure out what I'm doing. Oh, right! Bounties! I'm so nervous. It's been so long and I don't talk to people. Anywho, Venti's bow. It's so beautiful. Not only does it give you, like, energy recharge, but, like, a flat elemental mastery stat to Venti. And we just, like... To tell you how good EM is on animo characters, This is our EM bot right here. Do I have the right No, I do not have the right artifacts on her. Oh, whoops. Don't mind me. I just, my Sucrose and Kazuha share artifacts because EM is just that important to an anime character. Oh, dude. Like, it is, like, the bread and butter. Like, first you have, like, your attack and your crit rate and all that stuff, yeah, right? You know, to do those, like, big numbers, big damage, yeah? And then you have, like, the multipliers, like, the extra multipliers you get with, just EM, which is really great. Like, the combat system in Genshin is, like, really unique in my opinion. Because it's not just, like, flat elements, just, like, you know, doing damage and crap. It is, like, elements, like, fighting with each other to see who could do the most damage. Like, you could take... Oh, where the heck is Kazuya? You could take, like, a Hydro character and a Pyro character, and, like... Sure, you get a lot of damage by having, like, a Pyro character inflict Vaporize, but the multiplier for Hydro is just so much higher. Like, it's beautiful. I'm just going off on how, like, EM is... Oh, sorry for interrupting. Oh, please stop talking, Kokumi. I did not need to be interrupted. Then again, what I was talking about was pretty lame. So, the EM, real quick, EM, really good stat, good for Venti. And on top of, like, having that flat recharge in EM on Venti, you're also getting, like, that attack boost and EM boost to everyone else in the party. It'd just be so good. Because currently, like, I'm really awful at getting constellations for 5 stars that aren't D-Luke. Because currently, like, Venti, C1, or not C1, C0, right? Like, no constellations, no nothing. Kinda barren. All he really has going for him as a support is a good gather, a wind current to help you do puzzles, and he gives out energy to the entire team, essentially. Really good as an energy bot, like one of the first energy bots in the game. And the fact that his uptime on his ult is just, like, so stupid. Alright, wait, bounties. I keep running off into the distance. And it's kind of upsetting that he doesn't do anything else, like, aside from that. Unless you have him at, like, certain constellations. 'Cause, like, to be fair, Kazuha can practically do the same thing that, like, Venti can. Except, Venti can't give you that damage boost unless he has a constellation, you know what I mean? Like, he does get rid of a lot of, like, res, because that's just how the animo set works. But he can't give you, like, that damage boost or that EM boost that, like, Sucro can give. And, like, unlike other, like, animo characters that aren't Sucrose or Kazuha, you have characters like Jean and, like, Seiyu. Almost forgot her name. That kind of do the same thing, except Seiyu isn't a gather. She's kind of like a roly-poly Beyblade creature. You know what I mean? And, like, they both, like, heal, which is already just... I like healing, and I value it a lot in games. Like, I'm the designated healer in, like, fantasy games, like Final Fantasy, D&D type of things. I just really enjoy playing as, Okay, none of them I have to give away mint. That is a good thing, Alright, so time to do the bounties. Anywho, it's just, like, it feels like power creep is getting kinda heavy in this game. Like, thinking about just the characters that kind of came out in the beginning in general. We have characters like Venti, who was the first, like, limited character. Then I think it went Klee. Like, Klee was the second character to come out, and I kind of run her as a DPS still.
So heavy.
Just because, like, well, I didn't get her in the beginning. I'm not that lucky. I actually, I was really debating on going for either her or Child, and I ended up just not getting Klee and getting Child instead, and that was pretty depressing. Alright. First, let me get the mint. And then... Hello. Bonk. Oh! I am very bad at any game I play. Alright. Oh, it wasn't that guy for once? Okay. Alright. That's good to know. This is why I should read on, like, what does damage. Okay, okay. Seems to be immune. I really should just read up on, like... Yeah, nope, nope. Cannot take hydro damage. That's nice. Oh my god. I hope I have the right artifacts on her. Okay. And bonk! Oh, I kind of overkilled it there. Alright. So I got that done with. That's good. That's good. That's good. And now, So alright, what was I going on about again? Oh, this is a disaster. I can't have a coherent thought process. Alright. Well, I definitely beat the bounty, that's for sure. Yes, power creep. So you think about these old characters, like Child and Klee, right? And you think about, like, the circumstances of which, like, they came out in, yeah? Like, they're both, like, fresh, they're both new, and they're, like, immediately after Venti. You know, the very, very beginning of the game. Where, like, no one really knew what they were going for in the game, and just, like, hyped up D-Luke to no end. Like, there were about, like, 6 5-stars in the very beginning, and now we have, like, a bajillion 5-stars. And, I think, like, a good 4 out of the 6 were, like, support characters, like Chi-Chi, Jean, Mona, Venti, the, like, big supporty, you know, high SS tier, whatever. I don't really care about meta lists, to be fair. Alright.
There is no escape.
So, we kind of just, like, only knew that D-Luke was a DPS for sure, Kaching existed, and I mean, she still kind of just exists, in my opinion. She's kind of there. Like, she's not a bad character per se. I have seen people, like, build her up, like, really good, but in my opinion, like, a character doesn't need to be, like, good out of the box to be good. It just takes, like, a lot of time and effort and, like, polishing to really get those numbers. And even then, I can't even get that high of numbers without using, like, Child. A character who's been, like... Each of his launches have been a disaster, in my opinion. Like, every single time that Child has come out, he's either A, flopped because of, like, meta YouTubers on like, Genshin forums and stuff. Or he's flopped because of, you know, they put him next to Zhongli. Like, his banner was directly next to Zhongli's. Why would you do that to a character, in my opinion? It's like, Genshin, we really value our gods. In terms of sales, a god will get you more money than like any other character in this game except for like Xiao, I think. Like Zhongli was a hit. Freaking A was a hit. Venti was a hit. Like they're just characters that sell really, really well. You know what I mean? Of course they're gonna do good, right? And the thing that they kind of messed up with Child and characters like Yoimiya is just like putting them next to, you know, a god in the first place. I get what they're trying to do, which is like get you to spend money. Because, you know, a lot of people were like hyping up. This is another character, like an example of a character who was put next to a god. And then like the god kind of ruined, you know, their banner. Yoimiya. So a lot of people were looking forward to Yoimiya. Like, if you don't remember, and I feel like a lot of people probably wouldn't remember. But Yoimiya, this was like a couple of months ago actually, she was so hyped up on the internet. Like, people were leaking her, people were saying she was gonna be like the next big thing, like a great DPS, and stuff like that. And I mean, yeah, she kind of fit the bill. She was okay in my opinion. I didn't pull for her, I pulled for her bow. Just because I valued, like, the bow stats, like, so much more, and, Yoimiya just... she never really interested me as a character. I always thought that, like, her design was cool, and that's kinda it. Oh, and her passive's really good. Her passive for, like, furniture building. I really wanted it, I'll be fair. But... also, I was waiting for, like, A and Kokomi to come out, because I knew they'd come out at, like, a certain time. And that was the problem. Like, when you think, like, of characters before, like, you know, Archons, you think, yeah, they're good, but why would you go for them when an Archon is coming out? Like, a literal god. You know, their gameplay is meant to be good because they're gods. Why play as a peon when you could be, like, the big boss man? You know what I mean? Like... She kind of went kind of downhill in popularity after she came out, in my opinion. Like, actually, not my opinion, just, like, from what I saw, she wasn't as, like, hyped up or interesting to people. Because people were looking at her, and she wasn't, like, the big DPS, like, god they were hoping, I think. Like, I feel like people were very disappointed with her. Oh, yeah, Kokomi. I love Kokomi. I was talking, Kokomi or Raiden? I was talking about how, Yoimiya came out before Raiden, and that kind of ruined her, like, sales in general. And how people kind of viewed her as a character. Oh, it's buffering a lot? It could be something on, like, my end, but I can't do too much about, like, that type of thing. I've tried to fix it. I'm sorry. My internet connection's just generally quite horrible. But, when you put a character next to a god, is my stream a little bit better now? I kind of just do this because I'm bored and I don't talk to people often, so I thought this would be good talking practice. Alright. Oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that, Rowdy Rabble. But before, like... God. It's just putting characters like Child next to Zhongli and Yoimiya next to the Raiden Shogun. Which, you know how the gods are just, like, overall very solid characters. Like, They could either be good supports, which is like 2 out of the 2 out of the 3 like characters that we do have that are Archons. Like they're really solid supports. Kind of broken in a bad way. I wouldn't say necessarily she was broken. I think it was more because her gameplay was like bad. Not bad, but bland. Overall pretty bland. And I am fighting an Ibushi. I think there's still more broken characters than Yoimiya in the game. Like, Ayula? You know? Like, not only does she have crit damage, but she's, like, a big, like, physical DPS, practically god in the game. That and Ganyu. Ganyu's still kicking as, like, a big DPS king. And then, like, if you compare Yoimiya's numbers to, like, characters like Hu Tao, there's, like, a bit of, a sort of inconsistency. There was some breakdown of that in the DPS of her auto attack scaled poorly and was super easy to interrupt, limiting her DPS. That could have been a thing. I wasn't aware of that. I was more thinking of, like... I feel like they advertised her more to be, like, a DPS than what she actually is as well. Because you do bring up a point there where her, like, attacks were scaling. Oh, I'm playing very badly. I'm looking down at my phone and this is, like, distracting me. Ah, dear. Please give me my ults back. Thank you. That is not it. I feel like they advertised a support to be a DPS with Yoimiya. I don't think she was ever meant to be, like, advertised as a DPS-ish character. Because when you look at her kit, she doesn't seem to be, like, a... Oh, well, that's not the character archive. Like, right, she seems to be more of a support just off of what she does. Because, okay, sure, we have, like, Tricks of a Troublemaker, which, like, increases her pyro damage bonus. But then you have things like, gaining an attack bonus from her E skill, where to gain a 10% increase for 15 seconds. Additionally, a further attack bonus will be based on the number of Tricks of the Troublemaker stacks, each stack increasing the bonus by, like, 1%. Like, you have her giving out that attack buff, and then you have her with her ult, where she, like... she does, like, a mark, right? Like, I can't showcase it to you, because she's, like, one of the few characters that I don't have. But my friend does have her, and what I notice is that, like, when she uses her mark, she can't use it herself. Like, every other character, aside from Yoimiya, can, like, use that mark to apply, like, a pyro damage. She's a very good, like, setup for pyro reactions. And I think their problem is they were marketing her to be, like, big DPS when her kit kind of screams, like, off the base. Then there are characters like Yanfei with the proper build that could do 50k damage per enemy. And then it drops to, like, 104k. It's a single target, so great against mobs until you have on Straggler. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I don't know. It's just, like, she really could have been better. And then, like, on top of that, with how leaks are in this type of community, you had, like, A rearing... When I say A, I mean the Raiden Shogun. Because her actual name is, like, A, if I remember correctly. Oh, that is not where I wanted to go in. I was trying to get to the map. So you have a character that people were hyping up only to be, like, disappointed in. And then have, like... And then have, like, you know, a god come around the corner. Right? So I feel like characters like that are kind of set up for failure when you put them next to, like, crit passive does AoE pyro for 80% of your attack, then acts like a charge attack, so chain reacts across groups. You think you are a god, then you barely make a dent in a boss. That is correct. That is correct. Some characters, it's, like, very situational to keep up their DPS sort of numbers. Where the heck is this? Like, did I collect another bounty? I just want to get those done. I don't think I grabbed another bounty. Oh, that's my fault. But are you talking about, like... You're still talking about Yanfei, right? Being, like, a better DPS than Yoimiya. At least in my opinion, she's a better DPS than Yoimiya. I've seen people, like, air combo with Yanfei. It's insane. Did I do just all of the bounties? Oh. That's sad. Okay. At least I got that right. It's just... It's situations like that that kind of ruin a character. I'm just still on the topic of just, like, putting a character next to an Archon kind of makes people want to skimp out on them. To a point where people just won't, like, you know, go and, like, attempt to pull for them. Like, I'm not sure about Venti. Like, I haven't seen too many people, like, skip a character because Venti was coming around. But I do know that another character that was kind of screwed over because of, like, just sort of hurts where one situation I'm getting millions of damage, and another where I might as well log out of the game. Great of... Aw, dude, I can relate to that, actually. Like, okay, the only consistent DPS I kinda have is Kokomi. But, like, I main, like, Ganyu, Child, and, like, Klee as, like, other DPSs that I kind of play as. And the thing with Child is, I think you've heard about this a lot, though, but he cannot crit for the life of him. He cannot crit. It sucks so much. Said someone being skipped.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time.
I'm so sorry about the buffering. I'm having like a full-on rambling session right now. You can barely hear me.
A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities.
Alright, I'm just gonna stop streaming for a quick